Hi, my name is Slutzky. I grew up on the East Coast. I went to undergrad at Virginia Tech, and then worked in politics all over the country for a while, and then decided to come out to California for law school. So this is actually my first time out here, and I've loved every second of it. Santa Clara is a blast, and they're so welcoming.
So my name is Otero. I'm a third-year law student here at Santa Clara. I'm from Salinas. It's about an hour south of Santa Clara. I went to undergrad at the University of Arizona in Tucson, and I studied political science.
My name is Lance Turner. I'm a 3L at Santa Clara Law School. I went to undergrad at University of Southern California. I have my own nonprofit. It's called Tag Institute, and I work and partner with Zia Law Firm.
So I think my favorite class was legal research, writing, and analysis, and that was a first-year class. My favorite professor was that teacher, and his name was Professor Flynn. He's really excited about the subject matter. He was always available for after hours if you needed help with writing a paper or just a question about legal research, which is kind of a new field once you start law school. And he was just really excited about the material. He was always an exciting person to watch teach, so it was really enjoyable to be in his class. Aside from that, I think all of the classes were really great. 1L is really just a rigid set of classes you have to take, but after that there's a really broad group of classes that you can select from. So I felt like I never had to take a class that didn't interest me. There was always an elective that fell right within the category that I wanted to study. So I've always enjoyed all of my classes.
Well, in terms of favorite professor, probably Professor Graham. I had him for torts as a 1L, and then I'm now taking him again as a graduating 3L for Crim Pro. He does a really good job of engaging with students. He will spend any time out of class. If you ever want him to look at a resume or a cover letter, he's fantastic. I definitely recommend getting to know him. He's one of the bigger attributes that Santa Clara Law has. Probably in terms of adjunct faculty, Professor Wynn Silverman teaches sports law, and he is also great. I definitely recommend that class if you're interested in getting involved in the entertainment business. He does a lot of negotiations. Actually, on top of that, entertainment transactions with Professor Greenspan. He does a fantastic job of really teaching you how to go and kind of do transactional work, but it makes it interesting because it's an entertainment class. So.
I'd say my favorite professor was Professor Kreitzberg. She teaches criminal law to the 1Ls as well as evidence, and I believe Crim Pro, and she's also my trial techniques professor, and it's a great experience. So I'd recommend taking any courses of hers.
So I think my favorite aspects of Santa Clara Law so far have been working with Honors Moot Court External, which is a program that sends Santa Clara Law students to national competitions where you can compete against other students in a moot court style competition. So you have an opportunity to learn about public speaking and legal research and writing, working in groups on legal research projects. So that was really exciting, and I felt that was really rewarding, both as a competitor and then someone who was working on the board for Honors Moot Court External. I think the other thing that is most memorable, or will be most memorable from my law experience, will be getting to intern at a public defender's office. So I was able to intern at the Santa Clara Public Defender's Office and then in Monterey County, south of here. And the school was really helpful in making those connections and facilitating those internships so that I could get units for them, so I can have a less burdensome course load. And the actual experience itself was really great, again, because I got to focus on public speaking, legal research, and then the practical application of some of the things I was learning in school, as opposed to just learning rules through case law. I was able to see how it was actually affecting clients and how it can actually change clients' lives.
The relationships I made with my peers and some professors, and then through networking, I would say those are some of the highlights. Just the challenge and the struggle. It's a very humbling experience, and so when you go through something like that, you learn a lot about yourself.
We're in such a good location. We're in the Silicon Valley. We've got Google and Facebook and LinkedIn and all of these phenomenal kind of job opportunities and internship opportunities that you're not going to get elsewhere. Our IP program is one of the best in the country. Yet you're a short train ride from San Francisco. We can go to Giants games. We've got the Sharks are just down the street. The 49ers new stadium is opening up less than 10 minutes away. There's just so many opportunities to do so many different things, no matter what you're interested in. Lots of hiking trails. Most of the apartment complexes have swimming pools. I mean, anything you want to do, you can do out here. Well, I've been really involved in a lot of the extracurriculars on campus. Everybody kind of says when you come in at orientation, don't get too involved your first year, and that's totally true. I definitely recommend that. Meet people, go to events, but don't take on too many leadership positions. However, as a 2L, do them all. It's where you're going to meet everyone. It's where you're going to network with the outside world. I've now created a Bay Area network when I didn't know anyone, in this half of the country when I moved out here. And now, it's so useful in terms of looking for jobs and internships and just every opportunity you'd want. So get out there, get involved in campus. I was vice president of the Student Bar Association for the last 2 years, and president of Women in Law, and chaired the Community Service Committee. So all of those have been great activities. We do a really cool thing called Santa Clara Day of Service. It's now a biannual event. We do one in the fall and one in the spring. And we usually have, maybe 6 or 7 service sites off campus where people show up, and it might be cleaning up a park, helping out at an animal shelter. We've, painted over graffiti in downtown San Jose. It's a really great opportunity to meet alumni, professors, faculty members, other students, all doing something, for the good of the community at the same time. So definitely get involved.
So Santa Clara puts an emphasis on public interest and social justice, which is my primary focus. I want to study criminal law, and I'd like to be a public defender. So the university has a really great program for individuals interested in that line of work.
In all honesty, it was really the people that I met when I came out here to visit that made the difference for me. I had gone to an extremely close-knit undergrad campus that was a large campus, and I really wanted to kind of recreate that experience in law school.